My name is Albert and welcome to Unknown Facts. Our planet is home to countless marvels of evolution, but this rich diversity is more fragile than we imagine. In quiet corners, some of the world's most remarkable creatures are silently slipping away, their numbers dwindling to the edge of extinction. Today, we embark on a journey to meet these rare jewels of the natural world, a call to awareness and a celebration of life that still shares our planet. Now let us begin our exploration into the world of the exceptionally rare. In Mexico's Gulf of California lives the vaquita, the world's smallest and most endangered cetacean. Caught in illegal gill nets set for the totoaba fish, fewer than 10 vaquitas remain, a number so small it's almost unimaginable. Conservationists race to save the last survivors, removing deadly nets and monitoring their presence. The vaquita's fate is a stark symbol of the unintended consequences of human activity on our oceans. Deep in Indonesia's Ujung Kulon National Park, the Javan rhinoceros clings to survival. Hunted for its horn and squeezed by human encroachment, only a handful remain in this single sanctuary. Camera traps offer rare glimpses of these solitary giants, and every new calf is a flicker of hope. Their future depends entirely on the protection of their jungle home. The Javan rhino's story is a race against time. In the border forests of Russia, China, and North Korea, the Amur leopard stalks its shrinking territory. Its beautiful pale coat made it a target for poachers, while habitat loss and inbreeding threaten its survival. Once down to a few dozen, the population is showing signs of recovery thanks to anti-poaching patrols and protected areas. The Amur leopard's fragile comeback proves that dedicated conservation can pull a species back from the edge. Even the rarest big cat can be saved. In 1992, scientists discovered the saola in the Annamite Mountains, a creature so elusive it's called the Asian unicorn. Never seen alive by biologists in the wild, the saola is already critically endangered, threatened by snares set for other animals. Conservationists work with local communities to remove snares and protect its forest home. The saola's story warns how a species can vanish before we truly know it. The race is on to save this living legend. On New Zealand's islands, the kakapo, the world's only flightless nocturnal parrot, fights for survival. Once thriving, it was decimated by introduced predators and habitat loss, dropping to just 50 birds. Intensive conservation moved every kakapo to predator-free islands, where each is monitored and cared for. The recovery team manages their health and breeding, slowly increasing their numbers. The kakapo's comeback is a testament to human dedication. Saving this unique bird is a story of hope. In Sumatra's rainforests, the Sumatran elephant faces vanishing habitat and escalating conflict with humans. Deforestation for palm oil and agriculture fragments their world, forcing elephants into smaller areas and closer to people. Retaliatory killings and poaching for ivory add to their plight. Conservationists work to connect forests and reduce conflict, hoping to secure a future for these gentle giants. Their survival depends on coexistence. In a tiny Queensland sanctuary, the northern hairy-nosed wombat survives behind predator-proof fences. Once widespread, their numbers crash due to competition, predation, and drought, reduced to just 35 individuals. Conservationists provide food, water, and a second population as insurance. The wombat's story is one of hands-on intervention and hope. Focused action gives this species a fighting chance. The Yangtze giant softshell turtle, the world's largest freshwater turtle, teeters on the brink of extinction. Habitat destruction, pollution, and hunting have left only a handful alive, perhaps just 2 or 3. The search for a breeding pair is desperate, with one wild female recently discovered. The fate of this ancient giant rests on these last survivors. It's a stark illustration of a species at the endpoint of existence. The red wolf, once common in the southeastern U.S., was driven to extinction in the wild by the 1980s. A handful of survivors started a captive breeding program, leading to reintroduction in North Carolina. Hybridization and illegal killings have pushed numbers down again, but the fight continues. The red wolf's story is a complex battle for a place in the modern landscape. Its survival hangs in the balance. The Philippine eagle, one of the world's largest raptors, reigns over dwindling rainforests. Dependent on vast tracts of old-growth forest, it's threatened by deforestation and illegal shooting. Only a few hundred pairs remain, with conservation centers breeding and rehabilitating eagles for release. Saving this apex predator means saving the last Philippine rainforests. The eagle's fate is tied to the nation's wild heritage. The gharial, with its long, slender snout, is a specialist fish eater of India's rivers. Damming, pollution, and fishing nets have caused a catastrophic decline. Over 98% lost. Only a few fragmented populations remain, with captive breeding and habitat protection underway. The gharial's survival depends on restoring healthy rivers. It's a race to save this unique crocodile. The addax, a desert antelope, is now functionally extinct in the wild due to overhunting and habitat loss. Once roaming North Africa, only a handful survive in remote Niger. Captive populations offer hope, with reintroduction programs in protected areas. The addax's return depends on international cooperation. It's a fight to restore a ghost to its desert home. The rollaway monkey, with its elegant beard, is one of the world's most endangered primates. Hunted for bushmeat and threatened by deforestation, only a tiny population survives in Ivory Coast. Forest fragments are too small to support them, making extinction likely without urgent action. Conservationists work to protect habitat and reduce hunting. The rollaway's future is on a knife's edge. The Hawaiian monk seal, a tropical solitary species, is among the world's most endangered seals. Threats include food scarcity, entanglement in debris, and human disturbance on beaches. Conservationists monitor, rescue, and rehabilitate seals while raising public awareness. The seal's future depends on balancing wild habitat with human impact. Every rescued pup is a step toward survival. The angel shark, once common in European waters, is now critically endangered due to bottom trawling. Its flattened body makes it vulnerable to fishing nets that scour the seafloor. Only a small population remains around the Canary Islands, now a focus for research and protection. Saving the angel shark means changing how we fish our seas. The fight is on to keep this angelic predator from vanishing. The spoon-billed sandpiper, with its unique bill, migrates thousands of kilometers from Russia to Southeast Asia. Its population has crashed due to habitat loss along its migratory route, especially in the Yellow Sea. Conservationists collect eggs for captive rearing, giving chicks a better chance to survive. It's a desperate effort to keep this extraordinary bird from disappearing. The sandpiper's journey is a race against extinction. On a tiny Panamanian island, the pygmy three-toed sloth lives only in mangrove forests. With a population in the low hundreds, it's critically endangered by illegal logging and disturbance. Any habitat loss could be catastrophic for the entire species. Conservation focuses on legal protection and community engagement. The fate of this miniature sloth depends on safeguarding its only home. The Hirola, or four-eyed antelope, is one of the world's most endangered bovids, with a population crash of over 95%. Disease, drought, and competition with livestock have confined it to a small, unprotected area. A sanctuary population offers hope, but most Hirola remain vulnerable to poaching and habitat loss. Conservationists work to restore grasslands and engage local communities. Saving the Hirola means saving an entire branch of the evolutionary tree. The black-footed ferret, once thought extinct, was rediscovered in Wyoming in 1981. Its survival depends on prairie dogs, which were nearly wiped out by poisoning and habitat loss. A last-ditch captive breeding program began with just 18 ferrets. Thousands have since been reintroduced across North America. The ferret's comeback is a testament to the power of captive breeding and reintroduction. Its story proves extinction isn't always final. Hidden in India's western Ghats, the Indian purple frog spends nearly its entire life underground. Emerging only for a few days each year to breed, it was only described by science in 2003. Its habitat is threatened by agriculture and dam construction. Protecting this ancient amphibian means preserving unique forest soils and streams. The purple frog is a living fossil worth saving. We've journeyed across the globe, meeting the world's rarest creatures, each a masterpiece of evolution, now fragile in a changing world. Their rarity is almost always a result of human impact, but their stories are also ones of hope and resilience. Conservationists and communities show that with commitment, species can be pulled back from the edge. The fate of these animals mirrors the health of our planet and our own future. By protecting them, we protect the biodiversity that sustains all life. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Please subscribe to Unknown Facts to help us share these vital stories.